Hi, we're back. Ralph and Lonnie D. Meekus, authors of the Planetary Calendar, and we're going to bring you the forecast for October 2025. So, we post them on YouTube, Planetary Calendar Astrology, on Fridays for the coming week. Don't miss out on this look ahead, and we'll get right to it. So to get us started, we're actually going to go back and start from the 28th of September to give you a little recap for that full week.
Yeah, exactly. Because the final part of September was very mild, fortunately. And once you got past those two eclipses, which all happened inside Virgo, I mean, really, all within the degrees of the goddess. Now we're in a relatively easy zone. So on the 28th, there's really no major aspects. A couple of aspects going on to the moon. You got Mercury making a sextile to the moon and Saturn making a square to the moon. That's very, very different from what happened last week when Saturn was opposite the sun, which was that passed on the 20th, I guess it was. Or I'm sorry, on the 20th, right before the eclipse. But this is a much milder aspect. On the Monday,
the 29th, we have the first quarter moon,
right.
Sun square moon. That's a fairly benign thing that we hopefully are used to by now.
Yes.
Challenging us to check in with our emotions.
Yeah, and Mars is making a nice sextile to the moon. The moon's going to move into Capricorn that day, early in the day. So the nice Mars aspect to the moon is good. That's a really industrious day. You can get a lot done on that Monday, which is really nice. There's a square to Neptune, but with Neptune, how can you tell? Really? I mean, how can you tell?
That's not nice.
No, I mean, Neptune's really influential.
Neptune, the inspiration.
But it's very influential, but it is.
Well,
Neptune-y.
Some of your ideas may come out of left field. So,
yeah, exactly. Be open to the intuition, on the Tuesday.
That Sun parallel Saturn is not a real powerful aspect. More than that is that trine between Venus and the Moon.
Yeah, that's lovely.
Yeah,
that's really lovely because Venus, Venus is now where?
Venus is in Virgo.
Ah, yes.
So both Earth signs.
Exactly.
Talking about getting a lot done on Monday, you're going to get a lot done on Tuesday, too.
Exactly. So, like I said, the end of September was really, really lovely. So, as we go into October, we say in the overall, hopefully you have your calendar, right? I mean, you got your calendars because how can you get through the year without your calendars? And we talk about that, how this is a much less eventful month than September. It's just much more relaxed. The new moon really kind of gets us started. This is the time of year when the days are all getting shorter. It's a really good time to think of what were the resources you had during the year and how are you going to manage them now? Because it's Libra. It's about the scales. This was the marketplace. It's the time of year when you had all the things you had harvested, you brought down to the marketplace, and you made a deal.
And remember, this year we had these two eclipses.
Right.
We ended up with the new moon eclipse, which is a new starting point to start over again. So assessing what you've gathered is an appropriate thing to do after that eclipse period, too.
Exactly.
And start anew.
If you have the calendar, there is a whole little section about Halloween, about the significance of Halloween, which is very cool. So enjoy. So writing this one was a lot of fun. In the 26th, Lonnie wrote the forecast for the 26th. So I think it's great. So you better get your calendar soon.
We'll see. Be nice.
Be nice.
Be kind.
They're fun. They're a lot of fun. So on the Wednesday, what's happening on the Wednesday,
we always
Lonnie?
write everything together anyway.
We do. It's true. But it has to do with who leads and who makes it work.
That's right.
Make sure it makes sense. Oh, this makes sense.
Boy, he threw down the gauntlet, didn't he?
Yeah, exactly. So.
October 1st, a social day. Look at all those aspects to the moon that are lined up above the number. Now, remember that the moon is in Capricorn for most of the day.
Yes.
Or the morning.
1 p.m. Yeah.
About 1 o'clock in the afternoon on the Pacific coast. That's 3 o'clock in the afternoon on the East Coast. So a good part of the day, the moon is in Capricorn. So again, we're extending this get a lot of things done kind of energy into October, which is a good thing. And then we've got that Mercury square
Jupiter.
Right. So
And also just realize that.
Careful how you talk to people.
Watch out what could pop out of your mouth. Or watch out when you're on the keyboard that you don't hit stuff like accident, like
reply to all.
Yeah, right, exactly. Think twice before you send that email, okay?
Well, yeah.
Just saying. Just saying.
That big secret could get out.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Then on the 2nd, we have an annotation there. Those annotations are changing for 2026 too. They turn into an asterisk. So you don't have to go to a letter. All you have to do is find the day up in the key because we've put the date there with an asterisk. And on this day, it's Sun trine Moon. I don't know why there's not a white circle on there. Probably Mars had something to do with it, eh, Ralph?
I think it had to do with the aspects because it says the Libra Sun is trine the Aquarius Moon and square Mars in Scorpio, aka the sign of the eagle. Before the full moon, you can accomplish a great deal by finding partners who are good at taking the initiative and by sublimating your own needs for those of the group. Interesting. Remember, we're in Libra now. This is really about our cooperative efforts. You know, how are you going to partner? How are you going to work in cooperation with others? You know, it's not about the ego. It's not about me. It's about we.
Light lunar aspects for the 3rd and the 4th.
Right.
With that Pisces moon. Enters Pisces late in the day on the 3rd.
Yeah, very, very nice. And, you know, this first week of the month, you have these very, very easy aspects. And we're heading up towards the full moon, which is going to be in next week's forecast on the 6th. Make sure you tune in for that one because what we say about that has a lot to do with what the theme is for this month. You know, how this new moon, this full moon, which is going to take place at 14 degrees Aries. So Aries Libra.
And pay attention when you go to Planetary Calendar Astrology on YouTube because we may have to put 2 weeks up at one time with this kind of configuration that we had with a lot of the month overlap in that one last week of September, first week of October. So you may be able to watch the next one right away.
So make sure you subscribe so you get notified. So
planetarycalendar.com.
Right.
So that's it for now. Come see us on Planetary Calendar Astrology on YouTube and visit us at planetarycalendar.com in case you haven't gotten your 2026 calendar yet.
It's going to be a very interesting year ahead, so you want to be prepared. So until next time, be well.